This is Mark Waid, writer of Superman Birthright, and you're listening to Krypton Report.
I am your host, Tyler, and welcome to Krypton Report, a podcast dedicated to all things Superman, Supergirl. We're going to look at the Supergirl TV series, as well as the Krypton TV series, anything that has to do with the characters in their world. Comics, movies, TV shows. We will talk about everything and anything. We are part of the Southgate Media Group podcasting network. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, at Krypton Report. You can also email us at kryptonreportpod@gmail.com. If you get a chance to go over to iTunes, Apple Podcasts, please leave us a review to help us get better. You can find me personal at JTYPatrick on Twitter and everything else. You can buy a Krypton Report t-shirt at tpublic.com. Check it out. They have all sizes, colors, styles of shirts. Just go to tpublic.com and search Krypton Report, and you'll see our logo. And every time you buy a shirt, it helps support other podcasts from southgatemedia.com. Thank you. Enjoy the show. Yeah. All right. Welcome to a Capes and Lunatics Krypton Report crossover event. This is cool. We're live on YouTube. We are going to be working on creating some more YouTube-based content, special, I guess, maybe mini podcasts or something. So those who listen on the podcast will get some, and then we'll do some specials on YouTube, and we'll kind of work on maybe doing both. So if you prefer to do the YouTube over the podcast, we'll go there. That's all being developed right now. I want to thank the lovely Phil Perich for being here today. Thank you, Phil.
I am lovely. But yeah, I just learned recently, I think Rob was telling us, I guess a lot of people now, especially the young people, some of the young people are listening to podcasts through YouTube and not like iTunes or other services.
YouTube, young people, man. Quick, look in the back. It's the beautiful Jania.
She's running away.
But yeah, I just haven't got the chance to podcast with Phil in a while because of, holiday work schedule and everything. So I'm glad you could be here. And look, I'm wearing a shirt for you, Phil. Look.
I know. Wait a second. We're talking Supergirl tonight. I'm the only one wearing a DC shirt. He's wearing a Venom shirt.
But I always got this. So, yeah, I wore this for Solomon. So, and then I just been busy. I didn't have time to change.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought, you know what? I'm podcasting with Phil. It'll be good. Now, so we're going to talk about Supergirl Season 3, Episode 9, Rain, which is the mid-season finale, which is kind of funny because it's not really the mid-season. We should probably have another episode or two before it's really the mid-season.
Well, that's how it's weird. That's how they do it every year. It's like Episode 9. It's like their mid-season finale.
I know, and I'm like, yeah. Then you're gonna come back, give me two like fillers, and then we'll get back to the real story. Now, before we get into this particular episode, Phil, what did you think of not last week, because last week was the crossover, which Janie and I are working on recording now because it's 4 episodes. We're trying to cram it in. We want to try to get as much detail out of it as possible. But so the episode 2 weeks ago, when Rain kind of found out more of who she is, what was going through your mind? What were you thinking?
I was like, it's about time, because it just seems like, she's supposed to be the big bad of the season, and, she's basically been soccer mom all season. It's like, at least that episode, it's like, okay, I'm starting to see the wheels turning, but we got the payoff tonight.
Oh, yeah, we did. What did you think about her kind of like being the we've had Bizarro, which you would think is like the opposite of Supergirl, but in the same sense, it's kind of not.
You would think
she's like the antithesis of Supergirl.
I don't even know if she's
she had a dirt fortress.
Yeah.
And it was the
Tyler? Are you there? Tyler. Alrighty. Tyler, are you there? I don't think Tyler is there at the moment. We'll get him back. But But yeah, like he said, they're gonna Krypton Report is gonna be on YouTube, just like Capes and Lunatics are. So make sure you subscribe to the Capes and Lunatics podcast on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and Krypton Report. Is Tyler back? Tyler? And he dropped off. All right. See if I can find social media as we plug ourselves. Remember, Capes and Lunatics, or you can always get a hold of us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, and our voicemail for anything, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And we've got a lot of good stuff coming up down the line. Guess this is a good time as any to say, so far we've basically everything we've had on our podcast has shown up on YouTube and vice versa. Coming up soon, another big reason you want to subscribe to YouTube is because we're going to have some YouTube exclusive. Only, we're going to be reviewing comic books from all companies, and I think we're going to plan more specials, but you can only catch them here on YouTube. So that's why you subscribe. And what else? This week, check us out. Wednesday night, with Hellfire and I will be doing our Wade's World and Newcastle Crew podcast Wednesday night on YouTube, right here, starting at 9:15 p.m. Eastern. Friday this week, 6:30 p.m. will be Will Hellfire and I will be reviewing Legends of Tomorrow's mid-season finale this week, because John Constantine will be on there, so that'll be another Newcastle Crew episode. Super Connectivity Friday at 7, and Saturday morning, Lilith and I will be reviewing our our first YouTube exclusive show, this week's issue of Nightwing, last issue, and the Capes and Lunatics, 10 a.m. Eastern, and Tyler's back.
God, jeez, I hate living in the country. If you have the don't live in the country, take that back. I live on the camp farm, but so at least you didn't say like sanctum sanctorum or something like that's a mouthful. But I mean, they're really making her out to be like the opposite of Kara, and I hate always making comparisons. But doesn't it kind of remind you of Davis Bloom?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you want to jump to the end, but I was like, are they going to trying to make her like Kara's Doomsday?
That's kind of what's funny. Let me read this text that I received.
Dude, you're cutting out.
My mom.
Tyler, I can barely hear you. Maybe even.
Hi, we were watching Supergirl, and she's bleeding. What's up? Who's the right? Ron.
Maybe even turn your video off.
All right, Tyler's going to disappear.
There you go.
Anything better?
So I can hear you
me
now. I mean, yeah, if you're just doing audio instead of video, I think it should help your signal.
All right, everybody just look at Phil's beautiful face. But I got a text from my mom that was like, Ty, we're watching Supergirl. She's bleeding. Who's this woman in black? And I was like, wow. I never get anything from my mom, especially about anything super, because my mom once asked me if I had started a cult that worshipped Superman. And so
not yet.
It was a shocker. Yeah, the Cult of Cal. We meet on Thursdays at noon.
All right, maybe I'm overthinking. Maybe I'm overthinking this, but let me ask you a question while I'm thinking of this. I mean, Rain kicked Kara's butt at the end. Spoilers. But can you give me a reason why, when it seemed like she handled Overgirl so much easier last week, and Overgirl was stronger than Kara, wasn't she? Because she overloaded on solar energy.
Right, and I'm thinking it goes back down to what you just said. Like when Superman fought Doomsday, Doomsday was a Kryptonian creature, but Doomsday caused him to bleed.
Mm-hmm.
Something, and I mean, I was thinking about this. Season 1, the villains are Kryptonians. Season 2, Daxamites. Season 3, we have Rain, who's Kryptonian.
I'm thinking,
but once again, I think it falls under more of like that mixture.
I mean, has she been genetically like created to specifically like kill Kryptonians?
That's kind of how I feel, because I mean they talked about her powers would come of age. It wasn't like Kara's where she already had them, and then her getting pregnant caused her powers to be delayed.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of feel like that's where they're going. I mean, even her mask is kind of looks like Rain, but also kind of reminiscent of Doomsday.
She also, I mean, she
with
reminds
the spikes
me,
and everything.
I mean, besides Kara, the only people she were taking out were like crooks, and she tried to take out Morgan Edge, the hugest crook. But I'm just like, it just, she's supposed to be the devil, but it just seems like, I don't know, they were playing her like she was like, I don't know, like a superpowered Batwoman who like takes it a little too far.
Yeah, like I'm not sure how I feel about her character right now, because I feel like I wish they would have done something where they, like, even if she physically transformed to look more like Rain in the comics, like if her skin was a little bit more white and her like and everything like that, or I don't know. I feel like I explained to my mom. I said she's kind of like an amalgam of Rain and Doomsday.
She seems like an anti-hero.
Let's start. Yeah, right now. But she took out Kara, and that was amazing how they filmed the fight scenes. Like, I really need to watch it again to go over everything, because there's a lot going on, and it looked great. They're saving all that budget money, not having Guardian.
He did have the Shield this week, finally, though.
We got the Shield. I mean, I was shocked that we got Guardian in the crossover.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, wow.
Version. Yeah. They tried to fit as many people.
Where he actually had the right colored suit, too. Yeah, everyone but Martian Manhunter.
And Thea.
No. Yeah, and Thea. And Roy. Bring back Roy. But I will say, I sound like the music at the beginning during the opening monologue sounded different.
Yeah. I know they didn't have it last week, but the episode or two before, wasn't there at least an episode or two before this where they kind of did that music? Or has it, I wish I'd been paying more attention, has it been progressively getting slower and like darker maybe?
That's what I'm wondering. Like, it seems like, because sometimes I don't pay attention a lot to the intro.
I know it's
because that's when I'm like getting everything down.
Slow, but I can't remember if it's been this slow.
I did think it was interesting that it took a long time for the title card to come up. I totally forgot about it, and then all of a sudden it appears, and I'm like, oh wow. But we had Sam wake up, and Ruby wakes her up, and she has no memory of what she's been doing. Great. Good job.
Well, that's like, I'm like, that's the other thing. I'm like, this is supposed to be the big bad. I'm like, she's a slacker. She can't even get out of bed before noon or 11.
But it's like they're making the Rain personality is not her. It's an alternate personality type thing. So
I'm just wondering what's going to go on with her daughter. I'm just going to wonder what's going to go on with that daughter, because, I mean, that's her biological daughter, so she's at least half Kryptonian. Or whatever Rain.
It's true. Maybe that'll come up. She'll stop. That's how they'll stop Rain with Ruby. I'm not a huge Legion fan. I I like them enough. So like them incorporating this season is going to be interesting. But I was thinking the Legion always has the asset of having knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So they have no knowledge of this event. Like they can't check their ship or anything if they're from the 31st century and there's no knowledge of the events of anything that's happening.
I think a lot of time. I think a lot of times the Legion, it's like over 1,000 years. It's like, stuff gets lost. Because what kind of picture do we have from 1,000 years ago? I think they basically know the highlights,
weird stuff,
like Superman was greatest and Supergirl, and all this stuff. But it's like, what about Mon-El? Mon-El lived here for how long? He should know some stuff.
Yeah, like you would think in the archives, you're like, hey, there I am, and there I am.
And I love how
where's their rings? Like that's what I was thinking. I was like, man, come on, where's the Legion rings? Who do you think's still who's in the ship? Do you think it's Brainiac 5 or Saturn Boy or Lightning Lad? I mean, not Saturn Boy, Bouncing Boy and Lightning Lad.
I hope it's like Brainiac 5, just because he was with Kara for a while. So Mon-El, you don't need all that public displays of affection, right in front of Kara's workplace,
I know. That's Saturn Girl, right?
Maybe. I'm not the biggest Legion fan either. I want to start reading some more of their stuff because I really haven't.
Because she said she was from Saturn, and I remember they talking about casting Saturn Girl.
Mm-hmm. That might
be. I'm not sure how I feel about this actress, but Mon-El's married. Good for him. Now he can leave Kara alone.
I know. I'm like, are they still trying to figure out a way? Why don't they just put them back in cryonic suspension so they can sleep another 1,000 years?
Yeah, I mean that sounds like fun. The holiday food looked good at the party.
Oh,
they're taking that out of the oven. I was like,
at Kara's place.
Yeah. I just want to show up. Like, what's up, food?
I love how.
What do you think about Jimmy and Lena?
I don't know. It seems weird because it looked like they were gonna be button heads at work, and now all of a sudden they're. I guess if he's not gonna be with Kara,
something else.
I guess they have to put. He has to be with somebody because if he's not gonna be with Kara, but.
Well, they pretty much.
I don't know why
sidestepped his guardian.
Yeah, I know. They could put him back with Kara. Now that the Mon-El thing's not going to happen, thank goodness. You know what I'm talking about?
It's just they got to give him something to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's got to have something to do. So
I love
that interesting.
I love how Martian Manhunter's favorite Christmas song is Hall & Oates.
Exactly, and I love his dad.
Oh yeah,
I love his dad.
Life Day. I love the win thing. Life Day. Wait, Life Day?
Like Star Wars? Do you know what Star Wars is? He's like, The Empire Strikes Back is the greatest sequel of all time. Sidestep, real quick. What's up with the Flash referencing Spider-Man all the time now?
They've done a couple Marvel references. Was it? Oh, when they were talking about Caitlin Killer Frost, they mentioned Hulk. Like a Hulk transformation. So, yeah, they're doing a lot of Marvel I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it? Because I was watching, and he was like Spidey sense. I'm like, seriously?
Yeah. Barry said Spider Sense one week, and then last week it seemed like
interesting.
Then last week during the crossover, it seemed like Stein was trying to transform Jackson to Miles Morales.
Yeah. Stein.
Ugh.
All right. So I'm not a huge fan of the rain symbol.
Yeah.
It looks like a flaming Ghost Rider.
It looks like a finger painting, one of our kids did.
Yeah. It's a skull screaming. Now, this part I really liked in the episode. When they gave all the information about Kryptonian mythology and past.
Mm-hmm.
They talked about old Krypton, the Low Speech, Eureka, the continent where all life came from, and I was trying to write them all down. But also they said the Druze, and it was their sun god was Rao, who then just became the complete god of Krypton. It's like the medieval times, and she was supposed to represent the devil. And I mean, I was like, wow, this is like really good stuff of just like the history of Krypton. It was hard to keep up with.
You need to find.
And then we had the guy from the episode who had the cult.
Oh yeah, that guy, that nut.
What were you saying?
I was gonna say you need to find every fact you can and make like your own book of Rao.
Challenge accepted. Because he talked about meeting the Kryptonian priestess. He talked about the darkness coming, the Fort Roz, the mark of the beast, the work of the beast, and then rain of blood. So that's some heavy stuff, like right there. And then, like we said, we got to see the Guardian shield that disappeared and then reappeared, disappeared.
So I mean, I don't know if I haven't been paying attention, but is he like wear it on a watch or something? It pops like out of a watch or something? Because I was like, I don't think he's rocking that whole suit under there. So does he just like carrying the shield?
Maybe it comes from a watch.
That's what I'm thinking. It's something on his wrist.
Signal watch is his Guardian shield.
Yeah. Because there's no way he's putting that whole suit on under there.
And then, no, his shirt's too tight. We'd see it. Rain has red heat vision, which is interesting. Back to classic. Oh, yeah, Lena would know. She was like, oh, Jimmy.
Rain with that red heat vision like an evil lightsaber.
Exactly.
That's what they use, right? Yeah.
And then she doesn't recognize it's Sam. Like, seriously, like that close. Like, I get that Sam might not recognize it's Kara because she's technically like possessed by Rain or whatever. That's like her alternate personality. But she can't be like, wow, you look like my friend Sam.
That's like comic book. That's like comic book logic. I mean, especially on the CW. I mean, how does no one recognize the mayor of Star City just with the little mask and hood on?
But a lot of it, like
I think it would be really cool if she would have if she would have tried to like X-ray vision through the mask and she couldn't. And Rain was like, "I know all your tricks."
That would have been cool. Now, she did make her bleed and bruised her, and like we went over, like I think she's kind of doomsday-ish that way.
I get that.
But Jania goes. Jania walks in and goes, "Where's Superman?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's one of the problems sometimes you have in this series is you're always like, why isn't he there to help? What's he doing?"
Maybe he's fighting somebody or he's
Come on, planet. Clark, your cousin's in trouble.
They did mention Central City though. So I was like,
wasn't there Central City on this Earth?
I think so. Yeah, but Barry said he couldn't find his double. But meanwhile, last week we heard there's 52 Earths, there's 52 or 53 versions of everybody, and it's like, well, where's Earth 1 Kara then?
Yep, that's in my notes.
Unless it's Power Girl.
Yeah, for real, which would be awesome for like a crossover type thing. But yeah, I put that in my notes because I was like, remember when Barry went to National City and he was looking for everybody and couldn't find it? Hey, buddy. Thank you. Thank you, Solo. And like Supergirl's getting her butt handed to her. Where's Martian Manhunter? The most powerful alien on the planet who's completely underplayed.
I mean, unless it just happened so quickly, but I'm just, yeah.
I do feel like they used Rain's name too much as like, I will reign, I am Rain, let the rain happen. Like, okay, we get it. You don't have to keep saying yourself like the third person. And when Kara fell, I swear, Lena should have figured out that she was Supergirl. Because Alex was like the first person running over there. Like Lena should be like, wait a minute, I'm starting to put stuff together. Because
I mean, I guess because DEO, but I mean, Supergirl's work with the DEO, so I don't know. You think they're buddies?
yeah, I mean, we had Ruby got to interview Alex. She was all excited talking to. Have you ever worked with Supergirl? And Alex was like, duh, I'm Alex. But it's going to be a very interesting dynamic how you have these three best friends who are going to have some confrontation here soon. And see what happens. I told Janine, I'm about tempted to like binge watch Smallville season 8 during the break to freshen up on my Davis Bloom.
Do it.
But I really like the episode. I mean, I don't hate the Rain character. I just feel like they could have done some things differently. Make her look more menacing. And like the black outfit's interesting because it reminds me of like Man of Steel's Zod. The Kryptonians there with a cape. So I don't, like I said, I'm not against it. Just feel like they could do more because the Rain in the comics is like more barbaric and white.
Like the black outfit and beating on criminals. She reminds me of a bad character.
Yeah. She's Bat Rain. So that's that. I mean, what are your other thoughts on this season so far?
I mean, I like they actually got the ring. It seemed like, we weren't having a big bad for a while. It was just, I'm like, wait, the soccer mom's the big bad? Okay. Like we said, I liked Martian Manhunter's dad. Hope Mon-El leaves pretty soon. I did like the I did
Goodbye,
like
Mon.
I did like.
I won't even call. I won't call him Mon-El anymore. He's just Mon.
Yeah, we get it. You're married now. Every 2 seconds, he has to be all over her. Oh, sorry, Kara.
I'd be like, dude, just go.
But I did for a filler episode. I did love the Midvale episode.
Oh my gosh, so did I.
They got great actresses to play young.
She was like, "This is," and I'm like, "Oh, they both nailed it." Like that was the like, do an episode while freeing up the actors to pass over. Got a Chloe reference, which was
yep. Tyler, you there? Tyler? Tyler? All right. We'll wait for Tyler. What else did I like?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Well, like, I wish they would bring back General Sam Lane, Lucy Lane, like even a name drop to Maxwell Lord, like.
Yeah, but do you think they're trying to, like, I don't know, stay away from certain parts of, like, the CBS year? Because, I mean, the minute they got to the CW, they got a new headquarters. You didn't hear from Sam Lane or Lucy. I mean, I'm sure they would love to have her every week, but, I mean, we don't get as much Cat anymore.
Yeah, I mean, at least they tried to good for connect all the side characters. Well, since we're having so many tech, anything you want to say and throw out there, Phil?
No, I'm like I was saying before, just subscribe to Capes and Lunatics and Krypton Report, both on YouTube, and get a hold of both shows on social media and email and the voicemail. Remember, if you want to get a hold of anybody, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES.
Call it. Leave a voicemail. It's awesome.
Because even if you want to do Krypton Report, I can forward it to Tyler.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you, Phil, for being here.
And thank you for having me.
Anytime. All right, everybody. You know what to do. Hit us up online. And remember, look up in the sky.
There's a thin line between heroism and madness.
Here the line fades to nothing at all.
This is a world of capes and lunatics.
And nothing is off limits.
So be sure to check out Capes and Lunatics for all your nerdy needs and randomness, as well as many other awesome shows on the Southgate Media Network. If you have an interest, I bet we have a show. And you can find me on Capes and Lunatics. So until then, keep listening. And remember, you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Krypton Report. You can also email us at kryptonreportpod@gmail.com. If you get a chance to go over to iTunes, please leave us a review to help us get better. If you're an Amazon shopper, just remember you can go to southgatemediagroup.com. There's a portal, log into Amazon, and you'll shop into your account just regular, but it also helps keep all the podcasts on and helps keep Southgate running. Remember, look up in the sky.